Hello everyone, you are watching SANJHA TV and welcome to program Khas Mulakat. In this program, we will talk about Cashmere collection with Joseph Tassoni. Montreal-born Joseph Tassoni has created an award-winning, proudly made in Canada brand that celebrates this country's unique craftsmanship and creativity. His eponymous outerwear and evening wear collections have made many high-profile appearances at Toronto Fashion Week and TIFF. And Joseph remains passionate about elevating homegrown fashion through Canadian-made advocacy and student mentorship. Let's talk more about Joseph and his collection. Let's welcome Joseph. Hi, Joseph. How are you?
I'm well. How are you? Thank you so much for having me today.
I can see your background, beautiful boutique setup. I have mentioned a little bit about you, but tell us more about yourself.
Okay, so I've been making clothes since I've been about 5 years old. I could sew before I could read. I grew up in a house with three sisters, a mother, and a grandmother. So, understanding fit has always been something that's been engineered with me as a small child. And then, working over 18 years in the corporate apparel industry, I quickly learned at the end what it really means to have a made in Canada brand. And when you own your company, you can call those shots and you can encourage our great craftsmen that we have here. So very proud to be Canadian, very proud to encourage the world of Canadian fashion.
Joseph, you are making Cashmere collection, right? What is this Cashmere collection?
So Cashmere collection is essentially a collection entirely made of cashmere bathroom tissue. It is completely different textile than fabric. It has like different plies and different widths and softness. But what essentially it is and it's designed for, it's a breast cancer awareness razor, which unites Canadian fashion and designers to create couture gowns. It's an incredible opportunity because what we're able to do is showcase what great Canadian talent we have using a very unique textile.
That's nice. So, as we know, this year is about everything virtual, right? We are living in new normal, COVID happened, and your collection made virtual debut. Tell us about this year's virtual Cashmere collection debut.
So at the beginning of October, this was the first of its kind. I mean, typically fashion shows, and like I show at Fashion Week, we have large groups of people that all come together to celebrate and view fashion. We can't do that anymore. So what I admired so much about the team over at Cashmere was that they were able to bring the online community through like online, and then everyone essentially had a front row seat. So you could view everything. It was hosted by eTalks, Tyrone Edwards, Melissa Grello from The Social, and as well celebrity stylist Josie. And I got to tell you, these guys curated the collection beautifully.
So I know you launch your collection with different themes, but what is this year's theme and why was it selected?
So this year's theme was actually 16th century Venice through the lens of a masquerade ball. And I got to tell you, okay, so when we were approached with all of this, it was months before COVID hit. And we all had to sign NDAs, so we couldn't talk about it. But part of it was that we had to create an item that reflected ball gown, but as well a mask. And considering the timing and then when the actual collection everyone had to submit and we were able to talk about it, a mask, when we were originally asked to create it, it was a sign of beauty. And these pieces are meant to inspire and create beauty. But now a mask has really turned into a sign of safety and awareness as to what's going on. So I think it's incredible, this opportunity to present mask in a different way. And as well, it's part of an incredible cause. So it was fantastic.
So when you create a theme, how much time you take to create one theme?
So every designer is different. So I'm one of 15 Canadian leading designers that were asked to participate. For me, specific to my piece that was shown this year, it took me over 500 hours to create the gown. Every single designer is different in terms of the way that they will use different materials to make it stronger so that it best reflects their design. But in my particular case, what I wanted to do was create a gown that almost appeared as if it was reaching for the heavens. And everything was structured about seams that wrapped around the body. And creating seams that wrap around the body with cashmere bathroom tissue, as soft and as beautiful as it is not an easy textile to work with, I gotta tell you. But when you listen to it, just like any fabric, you can achieve incredible things.
And you're creating just the gowns or other styles as well?
So for this particular case, we just created the gown. So we created the gown and then as well the mask. So the mask was very much intended to be inspired by Carnival. And the way that I looked at it and the way that I think many of my fellow Canadian designers looked at this is, what does that mean to you? And how does that speak to you as your brand? So for me and my brand, I'm all about fit and made in Canada. So what does that mean? You know, right now, we are all trying to navigate through this pandemic. And, you know, it's really hard to see the beauty in things when so much has changed. So what I wanted to do with my gown was create a way where your eye literally went up. And then what I created as well was a bathroom tissue mache ray crown, which literally sparked out of the head of suggesting that you can reach for the heavens and you can achieve thing that you want.
That's nice. And where can viewers catch the full runway show if they missed it?
So you can view everything through the Facebook page of Cashmere, all online.
Okay, and any YouTube link as well?
Yes, so there is a YouTube link. I don't know the exact link, but if you go onto YouTube and you type in Cashmere 20 or Cashmere Collection, you will absolutely find it.
I would love to see that. Describe your involvement as a designer for the Cashmere collection and your inspiration for this year's bathroom tissue dress.
Yeah, so for me this year was really, really important to show how proud of a Canadian as I am and to represent what incredible craftsmen that we have here. I mean, my brand, what I specialize in is luxury women's and men's outerwear apparel. So we do couture gowns are shown at TIFF, Fashion Week, outerwear. And when COVID hit, you know, coming into this space, I immediately had to close the doors. And I'm actually the first brand in Canada, fashion brand in Canada, to create full face and hand coverings. So with me and my involvement in terms of what I do with my face coverings, every time we hit 3 units sold, $5 gets donated to our local hospital here, Joseph Brand.
That's nice.
Face coverings for the Hamilton Health Sciences Foundation. So for me, creating this and participating this year was really important because not only does this gown represent beauty and inspiration, but it also represents the people. And it represents us all coming together in an online way, giving back and raising funds and awareness to the breast cancer cause.
Before talking about breast cancer cause, you mentioned that Canadian fashion. Why is Canadian fashion design important to you?
Because we have an incredible, incredible group of craftsmen here. I mean, Canada is all about diversity. We come from all parts of the world, and we have some of the most talented craftsmen that I've ever met. And it's important that we encourage and it's important that we push forward because you know what, at the end of the day, we're able to keep people employed. We're able to keep this economy going. And it's small businesses like myself, independent designers, when we encourage, when we get support from the public through initiatives like Cashmere or even just investments within Canadian-made garments, we're able to keep the supply chain going. And it's very important through this time that we push and we all stick together.
Joseph, how can our audiences give back to the breast cancer cause?
So right now, what they have going is cashmerevoguecouture.com, where with you can vote for me, you can vote for any of my Canadian fellow designers, where $1 gets donated just through your vote. And then as well, there's they brought back the limited edition cashmere, where with every purchase from the bathroom tissue that's behind me, 25 cents gets donated.
That's nice. And Joseph, let me tell our viewers, and you mentioned as well, that with the onset of COVID-19, Joseph, you pivoted the ongoing community involvement to become one of the first Canadian designers to produce reusable masks with proceeds going to the local Burlington, Ontario hospital. That is really, really nice. Joseph, how you got this idea giving back to community and serve the community?
Well, essentially, my boutique and gallery space, I have about 4 entrances. It's a larger space, and we connect directly inside Pearl and Pine Retirement. So I have the most susceptible group that I am literally almost a bouncer for right here at the doors. So for no cases of COVID in the building, and for me, it's been incredibly important to protect that and to keep everyone healthy. So when I closed the doors here in March, I said, okay, and looking online and seeing the massive shortages for our healthcare workers in terms of reusable face and hand coverings, I said, okay, what can we do to keep people employed, but allow our frontline workers to have access to what they need? So when I did it the first week of March in 2020. I must tell you, it was a roller coaster. From people who believe and support it, still to this day where I get death threats from people who do not understand face coverings, who believe that it's a hoax. So, I mean, it's navigating all of this. And what I appreciate the most is the community when they find when I'm able to show them beauty and what they do for the community.
That's an inspiration. And Joseph, you have a nice and very, very beautiful boutique setup in Burlington. You have another setups in the Canada or anywhere else in the world?
Yes, so we are sold in 28 independent retailers across Canada and in the US. It's very important for me to support our independent retailers because they are the backbone of Canada, I believe. When you put them all together, I mean, they are the community. I mean, they know everyone in the community. And through these independent retailers, you're able to get that level of personalized service that often gets lost when you go inside department stores.
And talk about your collection and when your next collection coming up.
Okay, so my next collection actually is called the New Norm Collection for winter. We are we are shooting it November 5th, 6th, and 7th, and will be presented the week after, where we're doing a photo shoot, but an actual virtual runway campaign. So
And it will be live?
Pardon?
It will be live, or you will record first and then telecast it?
It will be recorded mainly because for health and safety, we can't have large groups of people in here. So, but you will not be disappointed, I can tell you.
Yeah, and any message to the viewers?
What I would just say is I want to thank every single viewer who takes the time to look around their community and see what they can do to give back, but also help protect those that are more susceptible to COVID and what is happening. So I want to thank all of you for your incredible support.
Thank you, Joseph. It was nice talking to you and can't wait for your next collection. Good luck for the future.
Thank you so much for having me. A true honor and pleasure.
Thank you. So this was Joseph from Cashmere Collection, as well as if you missed a runway show, you can catch the full show, as Joseph said, on Facebook or on YouTube. And this was the end of the show. We'll see you soon. Keep watching SANJHA TV. Thank you so much.